Cebu.
In the heart of Cebu, Philippines, long before he stood beneath the bright lights of America's Got Talent, Roland Abante lived a life defined by grit, resilience, and the quiet determination to survive. Born on August 3, 1978, in one of the city's more modest neighborhoods, Roland was no stranger to hardship. His family struggled with poverty, and like many children growing up in that environment, he was forced to grow up quickly. School dreams took a back seat to survival, and Roland found himself taking on whatever work he could, hauling cargo, scrubbing boats, and eventually fishing to make ends meet. But even amid the grinding routines of daily labor, there was something that set Roland apart. Every chance he got, he sang, not on stages, but in dimly lit karaoke bars tucked away in Cebu's side streets. It was there, with a plastic mic in hand and an old screen flickering lyrics, that Roland poured out everything he carried. Pain, hope, love, it all came out in his voice. In 2009, amidst financial strain, he found a glimmer of stability. Roland got married and soon became a father of two. The responsibility of raising a family only deepened his resolve. He continued to work hard by day and sing by night, not for fame, but simply because music gave him something the world around him often didn't: peace. Little did he know that humble karaoke mic would one day launch him onto the biggest talent stage in the world. It started like any other night. Roland Abante, drenched in sweat from a long day of labor, walked into a karaoke bar to unwind. He queued up a song that spoke to him, Michael Bolton's rendition of To Love Somebody. What happened next would change his life forever. Someone in the crowd pulled out a phone and hit record. That impromptu performance, raw and emotional, was uploaded to social media, and it exploded. Within hours, shares multiplied. Within days, it reached millions. The video captured more than just a powerful voice. It captured something deeper, a man who had lived every word he sang. Suddenly, Roland was no longer just a name in Cebu. He was a viral sensation. Philippine celebrity Vice Ganda took notice, extending an invitation for Roland to appear on the hit TV show Gandang Gabi Vice. There, Roland performed a heartfelt duet with his idol, the legendary Gary Valenciano, stunning audiences nationwide. Offers began to pour in. He graced the stage of ASAP, performing beside none other than Arnel Pineda, the Filipino rock star known globally as the frontman of Journey. But perhaps the most surprising call came from across the ocean. American TV icon Ellen DeGeneres reportedly invited Roland to appear on her show. It would have been his U.S. debut. But Roland later revealed that conflicts with his management at the time prevented him from accepting the invitation. Still, that missed opportunity didn't stop his momentum. The world had heard his voice, and there was no going back. Viral fame can feel like a rocket launch, fast, blinding, and unforgettable. But once the noise fades, reality often hits harder than before. For Roland Abante, that reality meant waking up from internet stardom and going back to work. Despite the millions of views and national TV appearances, Roland didn't find instant fortune. Instead, he returned to his humble routine, fishing by day, offering motorcycle rides to neighbors by night. For him, celebrity was never a lifestyle. It was a moment, one he had to fight to keep alive. But even without a record deal or a big break, Roland refused to stop creating. In 2017, he took a bold step into original music. His first mini-album, But, was released under Homeworks Music. It wasn't just a collection of songs, it was a personal milestone. Each track, crafted by top local composers like Dr. Nick Escario and Joel Oporto, told a different story, blending emotional ballads with whimsical tones. The album was made available on global platforms like iTunes and Spotify, signaling Roland's quiet but determined push toward something bigger. That same year, he returned to the spotlight, not on YouTube, but on Philippine television, competing in the talent segment to WAG in Tanghalan TNT. Roland delivered powerhouse performances, including Michael Bolton's Said I Loved You. But I lied. His score? A near-flawless 93.8%. Enough to make him a daily winner, but not enough to clinch the title. Still, for Roland, the competition wasn't just about winning. It was about staying visible, staying relevant, staying heard. And as it turned out, the world was about to listen again, this time louder than ever. Just when it seemed like Roland Abante was destined for the finals, the unthinkable happened. Throughout season 18, Roland's performances kept building momentum. His emotional depth, soulful voice, and quiet charisma made him a fan favorite, not just in the Philippines, but across the globe. Then came his semi-finals performance. Whitney Houston's iconic "I Will Always Love You." It was bold, it was haunting, and it was pitch perfect. Another standing ovation. Another wave of online praise. The video reached 1.2 million views in under 24 hours. Viewers were already predicting a spot in the finale. Many believed he had the entire competition in the palm of his hand. But America's Got Talent has a way of turning tides, and this time it left everyone speechless. When the results were revealed, Roland's name wasn't called. He was out. The crowd gasped. Online forums lit up with disbelief. Even the judges seemed shaken. Heidi Klum openly said she wished she could hit a golden buzzer just to keep him in the competition. Fans around the world echoed the sentiment. How could a voice like that be sent home? It became one of the most talked about eliminations of the season, if not the entire franchise. Roland Abante, the humble fisherman with a world-class voice, was out of the running. But while his AGT journey ended on that stage, the reaction that followed made it clear. His story was far from over. In 2023, Roland Abante stepped onto a global stage. The fisherman from Cebu, once a viral name, now a distant memory to some, was about to remind the world who he truly was. America's Got Talent Season 18. Roland walked onto that stage not with swagger, but with nerves, humility, and hope. Speaking through an interpreter, he shared a truth that brought silence to the room. This wasn't just a performance. It was his dream. And then he sang his choice, the soul classic, When a Man Loves a Woman. But this wasn't just a cover. It was a revelation. Every note carried years of struggle. Every lyric felt lived in. The judges sat in stunned silence until the final note landed. What followed was thunderous. A standing ovation, tears in Roland's eyes, and 4 emphatic yes votes. Heidi Klum was visibly moved, embracing him on stage. Simon Cowell, often stoic, admitted he was worried at first, but called Roland's transformation mid-performance remarkable. And before Howie Mandel could speak, Roland blurted out that Simon was his favorite judge, triggering a heartfelt hug and a rare moment of warmth from Cowell himself. The world responded. Roland's audition clip exploded online. Over 4 million views in just 2 days. The number has since more than doubled. Suddenly, Roland wasn't just a former karaoke sensation. He was a global contender. And this time, it looked like nothing would stop him. Just when fans thought Roland Abante's story had reached its final act, a single photograph ignited a fresh wave of excitement. Shared quietly on Instagram, the image showed Roland standing at an airport, side by side with another Filipino vocal powerhouse, Marcelito Pomoy. The post needed no caption. Fans immediately recognized the potential. Marcelito, known for his jaw-dropping dual-voice performances and a finalist on America's Got Talent, the champions had captivated the same global stage years earlier. Now here he was with Roland, 2 icons, 1 frame, and endless speculation. Could it be a duet? A joint tour? A collaborative single? The online buzz was instant and deafening. Comment sections flooded with anticipation. Music forums lit up. Even casual fans began asking, is this really happening? To be clear, neither artist has officially confirmed a project. But for followers of both men, the symbolism was enough. 2 talents born from struggle. 2 artists who rose from humble beginnings to conquer international airwaves. A potential collaboration between Roland and Marcelito isn't just exciting, it feels historic. And if it does happen, it could redefine what global audiences expect from Filipino performers. Because Roland Abante's voice may have first gone viral in a karaoke bar, but now it might just share the stage with one of the Philippines' most celebrated musical exports. And that would be a moment worth waiting for. The days following Roland Abante's AGT exit were quiet, but not empty. Behind the scenes, the sudden halt in momentum took a toll. After months of adrenaline rehearsals and global attention, Roland was forced to confront an unexpected truth. His dream had been cut short on live television. The sting of elimination wasn't just professional, it was personal. But that's when something remarkable happened. Roland's longtime manager, Jel Sag, made a decision. Roland needed time to heal, not just from the loss, but from the emotional exhaustion that came with it. The two took a brief but restorative trip to Hawaii, far from cameras and crowds. Roland found himself surrounded by the calm of nature, crystal waters, and a chance to breathe again. There were no stages in Hawaii, no judges, no pressure, just reflection for a man who had lived under the weight of expectation, first as a provider, then as a performer. It was a much-needed pause. Yet even in rest, Roland's spirit didn't fade. He began to process what had really happened, not just the loss, but the reach. America now knew his name. His voice had echoed through millions of homes. He wasn't just another eliminated contestant. He had become a symbol of heart, perseverance, and second chances. And he wasn't done.